I have the XT8 here, which I have already tried and tested for around 3 weeks. But I'm gonna take out all and redo the setup again, just to show you what we have here. So you have 2 routers, okay? One will be the main router, one will be the node that you can put in your bedroom. And then below this tray, there is all the adapters that you need. So for Singapore, we will use the 3-pin adapter. Okay, and then this is the DC power, so you just slot it in. So you get 2 of that. One more. Oops. Okay, and then the final piece is the Cat 7 Ethernet cable. So right now I'm going to plug in the 3-pin plug, okay, and power up the router. Okay, and then next, this is the LAN cable that came provided. I'm going to plug it into the modem. And then this side into the WAN. Okay, so I have another switch here that is linked to all the Ethernet ports in the room. So switch to Ethernet port. So this is to the switch. I'm going to link it to LAN 1. So for the second piece, I refer it to as a node. So same thing, just power it up with the adapter provided, then download this app. Okay, now I am going to connect it to the ASUS Wi-Fi, which is ASUS 00. So once that is done, go into the router and then go to plus, set up a new network and choose the ZenWifi series, ZenWifi AX. So it will start searching for the nearest router. So this is the one, ZenWifi AX, and it will start to connect. So the process is about 3 to 5 minutes. All I need to do is create the admin account, put in the SSID, name and password, and then everything else will be connected for me. There are 2 configurations for the XT8, a wireless connection or a wired connection, which I highly recommend for newer houses. Remember to lay your Ethernet cables. So if you have done so, you can use the wired connection. But if you haven't or live in an older house where it's too troublesome to lay Ethernet cables, you can consider the wireless connection. That means no Ethernet cables needed for the node. Just power up and set up the node normally. The strength of the XT8 has enough coverage for very large home, multi-story, up to 5,500 square feet. Plus, it is a tri-band router. The bandwidth is bigger, which translates to better speed. That's going to give you that stable Wi-Fi connection. For me, I've placed the router in the DB box and enclosed area, and then the other one in my bedroom. So this is to stress test the speed of the XT8, and what I have here is actually the worst case scenario. Right now, I'm standing in between the router and the node, and I'm going to do a speed test. I think it should be about 400. Oh yeah, we're getting 500. 400 close to 500. Like I said, today is kind of a low day. On good days, we get 600. So how about my kids' room? Let's do a speed test. I think it should be about 400 to 500. Sometimes we do get 600. Oh, wow, it's really 500. Seems like we are going towards the good day speed. The upload speed is 320. Amazing. Give you a closer look. And considering that the door is closed now. Now for my studio, this is where I sit and do a lot of editing and upload videos. So I really care about the upload speed here and the download speed. But let's see. I don't know how to explain to you except that, I can show you the speed here. It's about 600, okay? The reason is the next router, the node, is just behind this wall where the TV is in the master. So I get a really high speed here sometimes. Highest is about 600, but right now we have 569. And then for upload, we have 467. Like I said, upload is really important to me. Now is the most exciting part because this is the furthest room away from the main router. And let's check the speed test here. We get about 600 on high days, but now we are seeing about 300 plus, which is still really good. Remember when I said about the very first router that I had, it was only up to like 100 here, and I couldn't watch YouTube. Even though I changed to another router, I still face problems with YouTube that I have to switch to 4G networks because there are dead spots here, there, and then in the bathroom. You cannot see. So now the download speed is 371 with an upload speed of 327. And because I need to use the space outside, so my husband has to work in the master, and for him, he needs a very stable connection to do all his work stuff and also Zoom meetings, okay? Cannot disconnect one. Even though we had a really good speed from our previous router, it wasn't showing up in our usage. But right now with the ASUS XT8, we are really pleased with it because all the problems that we used to encounter have all disappeared. Also, I noticed one issue with the cables. These are U-Green cables that I got from Shopee. They are Cat 7 gigabit ones, but it is not compatible with ASUS. That kept my router speed at about 100 Mbps. So check your cables if you are not achieving the best speed from your ISP. So one of you asked me about the difference between Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6 is the new standard for Wi-Fi, and it has simultaneous transmission, lower latency. I mean, just imagine, instead of doing one thing at a time, you can now handle several things at a time. By the way, don't follow my setup, okay? Because this is a worst case scenario. To stress test the speed and coverage of the XT8, instead, you should put one XT8 in the living room in an open area and then another one in the second bedroom instead of the master, because this setup is going to give you more even Wi-Fi coverage throughout the house. Anyway, look at this router. It looks pretty good. There is no funny antennas poking in every direction. Everything is just concealed and very minimalist that, if you put it in your living room, I think you can pass off as like a decorative. It's not too loud, and the color, it kind of blends well with my home aesthetics. Just now you saw that I didn't change the SSID because I don't want to reconnect all my current smart home stuff. And one more question that I get a lot is how to connect to 2.4 from mesh. I don't have this problem with the ASUS because it is smart enough to do it without separating the mesh to connect to 2.4. All in all, I have to emphasize that this is one of the easiest routers to set up. No configuration needed and everything just works. Okay, I received feedback that I always never end my video properly. So okay, this video 真的完了. Let's pack up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!